Freedom 35, 5, 5, 5.
Dude, start the podcast.
Wow.
Welcome, everybody, to Freedom 35ers, Cardano NFT podcast, episode 94, tech episode 95. For all the OGs out there, my name is Tommy. I go by TOWNY.
My name is TJ. I go by Lazy T.
And I am the other Tom. I go by Lavish Bear.
And year three, boys.
Year three.
go.
Let's go. That's right.
Just
Kick it off
casually,
strong.
just casually brushing past it, but
Is that another
it'll be
Anvil
all-
shirt you have? Or is it the same one?
it is another Anvil shirt. See that?
Dude, that's sick.
Yeah, they fit nice and like snug here, dude.
TJ.
I didn't flex. I should have flexed on them, but
They fit well,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, they're like nice and toy over here. But yeah, man, another week, another episode, another podcast, another year over
Another
here.
year. And you're 35, dude. Bring it
And I'm
on.
35, dude. What is going on? This shit, time flies, bro. That's you got to think about that. 2 years ago, we started this podcast.
Years start coming.
They don't stop coming. They hit the ground running. R.I.P. dude.
Running.
Well, that's a different song over there. All right,
No.
before we start singing to you, year three, that's going to be our new thing. But no, it's kind of cool to be, like I said, I had another year under our belt. I don't think we celebrated nearly like kind of how we did the first time around, but it's also just like, all right, you know, we kind of settled in now.
Keep the
Caught our
grind.
groove.
Yeah, I assume
keep
it's
it
like
going.
your second kid. You know, the first one's like, oh, it's first time doing it. And the second's like, yeah, we already
Yeah.
done this.
TJ knows what I'm talking about.
Exactly. what I'm talking about.
He's the only one that knows what we're talking about. But yeah, it's been fun though, man. Like it's kind of cool to see like, so, you know, some of the people who are still doing content. It was good, like you said, to catch up with Block over on Monday night on the live stream. See somebody who's been he said he's coming up on his 2 years as well. We got a chance, I think, for like the fourth time on the show this past Monday, and got to learn a little bit more about the Jelly token. The what do they call it? The fractionalized utility token, dude. What the fuck?
We've never actually had him on as an actual like guest to talk about other projects, right? We've always just had him on as like a guest for his project. We never actually had him as like a podcast.
I think
guest.
he actually like hung around on one of the episodes. I don't remember which one. it
Right,
was.
he did. He hung around, but he wasn't like that. Wasn't the main thing. Was to do like the podcast style episode with us.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
4 times on now. Is that the most for a guest? Or tied for most?
I think
it's
Blake
tied.
maybe. Yeah, Blake might be the other that has
Okay.
been on as much as him. And even Timmy and Kiyama, they might be up there as well.
True. Ken's been on quite a bit too, though.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. And I have to go back to be an interesting statistic to see who our most returning guest is over on the show. But he's definitely up there, that's for sure.
Mhm.
And
That was a great way to start the year, too. I mean, that was a hot episode.
big episode
Mm-hmm.
over there. That's how he kicked it off. But no, yeah, it was interesting to hear about like how the concept of fractionalized utility tokens, how he kind of came up with that, and how they're kind of solving, like he was saying, like the problems that each like NFTs and fungible tokens hold. And they did it in a unique way where, like you said, that they're 100% of their supply technically is already circulating because all the jelly cubes are out. They're not adding anything to it. They're not adding up. He's like, we could have raised like 4 million ADA had we done like an actual like liquidity sale. He goes, but that wouldn't have been, that would have been like short lived.
Yeah.
For I feel like, because after you do that, you're, it's just like every other one. Now you're fighting for, attention and utility and something to do. So I think tying it and pegging it to the jelly cube is kind of interesting. Like he calls it the jelly standard over there. I'll be really curious.
It gives the holders the option too to participate or not. So I
Right.
do like that aspect of it. If they want to get the chunks and turn the jelly, that's completely up to them.
Well, also too, the fact that he was like, look, if you have one jelly cube only, it doesn't make any sense to chunk it.
Right.
Because you would lose access to the alpha group, and you're just essentially losing 1,000 of your jelly chunks right off the rip if you were to convert it like that. So it's not for everybody, but it's
Right.
also nice to know that if you wanted to maybe not sell all of your jelly cube, maybe you're like, hey, there's a mint coming up and I need, say 1,000 chunks are worth 1,000 ADA, whatever it is. I just need quick liquidity instead of going through levy. I could sell this off, and yes, I'll have to buy back my 1,000 chunks and go purchase a jelly cube again, but at least I have that option to do that.
Right.
Exactly. Like you said, if you need quick liquidity, if you're confident enough in the play and it does work out, I mean, you could come out with profits and get your jelly cube back. So
yeah, it's just like one more layer, right? Like we talk about levy and things like that and how you can utilize that. And we'll talk about that a little bit later here. But I think that it's good for them because everything's all in their own ecosystem at that point. So they're not like having to pay fees to other people for doing this. So it's a unique way. It's like creating their own little levy in a way, and it keeps everything.
You can utilize it similar, yeah.
And one of the big things he kind of talked about that night, which I think was we really went into more like depth on, was like the Blockpad.
I was going to say that I actually was excited for that too,
because
it's a little bit more excited, I should say.
Yeah, because TJ, we were talking about, we knew some like people that or even just when we were back in the day with like Pancake Swap and like what was the other one, Safe Moon, all that bullshit that was going on during that last time over on BSC
Sunday Swap or
yeah. We knew people who like that would be able to do like launch that. There was just people doing launch pads and stuff. Or what they call them? Is launch pads? Yeah,
they're launch pads. Yeah.
Yeah. So people, he was explaining it too, how they have like different tiers of pricing, and it eventually got so ridiculously high that like most people couldn't even get into them. And it was essentially, from what I understand it to be, is pretty much just a way for people to get in really cheap so they can make the profit off it later down the line. Essentially, is just being it's. I mean, it's with anything, right? If you're early.
Well, at that time, it really was just like a DeFi token dump. Honestly, if you were able to get on those BSC pads and stuff, you were able to get in on the pre-sale of the token. As soon as it went public, you could just honestly dump like, you know, those OGs and stuff did for even on Cardano's tokens.
You made a lot of money.
You could have, yeah, but it was catered to people who already had money, because it was there was a high. High entry. Exactly. To even be able to participate in that. So if you already had a ton of money, you could participate and then make even more money. That's the BSC pad. That's not what this is.
Yeah, and his Blockpad though takes like kind of inspiration from a lot of that stuff, but ties it back to how can this make our product, even, you know, our brand grow even more. And they're going to be they have direct control now to bring the people in and vet them and you know, and it costs and get mint allocations for the holders, and the holders can then bid or. He used an example of like, hey, say we get a project that wants to launch with us. We'll provide the minting service, the marketing, all that kind of fun stuff. So they get the attention right off the bat. And then on top of that, in exchange for that, they're going to give them, you know, the Blockpad 1,000 whitelists and say the top, he's going to give 2 whitelists per person, and the top 500 bidders in Jelly can bid for it, and they can win those 2. And then he's like, if you think this NFT project's got a little bit of hype behind it or whatever, say it's minted for 100 ADA, you spent about 50 ADA on like the actual Jelly to get into it, and say it goes up 300 to 400, that's what you're anticipating it. He's like, it makes sense for you guys like to get in early with it, expend a little bit of that Jelly token on it for something where it's pretty much like almost like a guaranteed flip if you wanted to.
I love the idea. I think it's just going to help quality projects survive and actually just want to stick around if they're going to be using the Blockpad, because he did say that he's not just going to be having any or every project on there. You know, you have to kind of go through some hoops and yeah, exactly.
Well, you made a good point, TJ, bringing up the kind of the doxing service here too, where it's almost tying it into that, where that got a little bit almost like there's just too much going on, too many coming in, that like this one, they'll have a little bit more control, hopefully, over the whole process, since they're controlling the mint as well, and be able to like kind of make sure that that accountability is there. You talked about that for quite a bit. Is you know, interesting to see how, like you said, that developed from like some earlier ideas into like how their platform is now able to do that.
I think like long term, like it'll help projects. Like it's not necessarily like gatekeeping them, but it's going to hold them to a new standard too. Of what we expect from there, because a lot of people inside the Cardano community use the you know, the Jelly Cubes Discord over there, and a lot of, you've seen a lot of success, and they're some of the more like notable names inside the community right now. So they're like the hardcore like degens, you know, they go and, you know, they have the power to kind of shift some of these mints, and usually if they somebody calls it or catches wind that something's bad, everybody over there is going to know about it. So I think, you know, being able to launch through there, that's got to give the good confidence for anybody who's actually vetted through them and actually minting through them. And then others that launch outside of that, it's just going to be like, hey, here's the standard of what we're holding up to. If you guys aren't kind of coming with something, you know, at least like this, you know, we're going to see right through it at this point.
Yeah, keeping it to that Jelly standard, and especially, you know, like you said, almost trying to utilize or bring in their own community. I assume, yeah, that's definitely a big hope of it is, hey, we have this this community that already trusts in our work, and we're kind of giving this endorsement by going through these steps to make sure that we think it's like a sound project. So then you have that whole community already kind of ready to go.
Yeah, well, it'd be interesting to see, so because I don't know the exact timeline on this. I don't think we really got into that much. He didn't really want to give too much information at that time because, you know, we were talking about the Jelly token at that for that night. which he did say keep an eye out on October 30th. He goes, that's when they're aiming to launch the Jelly token. So if you guys are interested in that, keep an eye towards the end of this month. And on top of that, he snuck in a little like partnership thing over there with DEXHunter. He did mention that about, I don't know how that's going to integrate or not, but he did say that they would be able to do that. I'm about to die right now. So you guys.
Well, he's actually coughing. All right. I forgot he's coming off being sick. So he had to mute himself because he was about to cough. Drink some water, Tom. Yeah, you were talking for quite a bit there.
Well, I mean, if you want to see more about the Blockpad, just go back to our Monday video, click on the timestamp, the time we put in there for everybody, and then kind of get updated a little bit better because we're kind of going through it again. But I really am excited for the pad that's coming out. I think that's going to be a great thing for projects. And you don't have to use it as a project. It just shows that you are that much more serious if you do use it, in my opinion.
Through that, I'm back.
And he's got some great resources. Like we mentioned multiple times, the teams he's put together. So,
dude, I almost died right there.
I didn't know what you were talking about. I felt like your camera was dying or something. I saw you that you're coughing.
I was trying to like hold it through. I've been sick this past week, so like if anybody's not following along, you can't hear it a little bit. Still probably my voice, but I was powering through on that Monday, just chugging water throughout the entire show, trying to make sure I was good. And then tonight, like literally within the first like 10 minutes, here I am, just like dying halfway through.
I have to ask, does that Mio have caffeine in it?
It does. It does. So we're back to the caffeine. Just had to do it, man.
You cut caffeine when you're sick?
I didn't know you were off it. I didn't even know.
No, I stopped drinking it for a little bit.
I cut caffeine when I'm sick. When I have a fever and shit, I don't drink coffee.
I didn't. My body didn't want it at all.
Blasting coffee.
Really I didn't drink my first coffee until Monday this week. So it took like 3.5 days where I did that.
Coffee though.
Yeah, am I still sharing screen? What am I doing over here, dude? You're 3. You think you'd get it together, you know?
News.
What's this guy's deal? Over here.
What's the guy's problem?
I don't know, man. You know what the problem is I've been out here just gang. That's what I did. Derp. God, man, I can't get away from that soundbite.
Yeah, we need to dive a little deeper into that because we briefly talked about it on Monday about the Outpost. Yeah,
we had so much to talk about.
Dude, so yeah, Monday night, I know we were like, I was kind of excited to actually share a little bit about it. And then, like you said, timing just flew by. So yeah, we get a chance to do a little deep dive tonight, though.
Gang.
GLIZZY, dude, did you see? Oh man, JK Artico. I'd actually have to go search his page over here because actually it's hilarious. You know that guy in the hot dog costume who does the GLIZZY overdrives?
Mm-hmm. He did a cameo.
He did a cameo. He did a cameo for Derpers.
I saw that.
Literally just did like the double GLIZZY on the stream. I don't know where it is. I don't know how much he posts, but if
I miss that? Are you serious?
Yes, right here. Where is it right here? Yes.
It was hilarious.
Oh man, we're gonna go back.
I wonder what they paid for that.
I don't know. But now I also want to know is I want to hear it.
Google that real fast, TJ.
Here we go.
What's the guy's name?
I don't know, but can you hear this? Tell me if you can hear this.
No,
I didn't play it yet.
You're not playing yet.
I know. I can't hear it.
GLIZZBot here with an incredibly important announcement, soldiers. The Gold Rush Outpost is now live from the creators of Derp Birds. All the citizens of Derpatonia are about to earn rewards through crypto mining and are in full double barrel. Entry GLIZZY Overdrive.
I hope somebody turns on the podcast and they're like, what? It's got a smiley face.
Soldiers, now, NFT degenerates, thank you for your support in the Glizz War! Hoorah! The Gold Rush Outpost is now live, soldiers. GLIZZBot out!
That's like Game of Thrones going in the background too.
Yeah, I love like the full commitment though, and also like it wasn't just like he didn't just say like Derpers and go into it. Like he did the whole like, pitch and everything.
God, you went full double barrel mode over there.
How do you tell your family and friends that's what you do for work?
Bro, when you start making that kind of money,
I don't know if you're making like $5 million anymore. Yeah, I don't know. Or you just maybe just don't have family. Stop talking to you.
What's his name? GLIZZY?
GLIZZY.
Okay. It is GLIZZBot. You're right.
He said in the beginning. He said GLIZZBot here.
Okay. Well, that's gonna be a fun time stamp right there for everybody.
It's only $30.
Yeah, it's only $30 to do that.
Yeah.
That's not
About to
bad.
get a free M35 one. He's
Please
got to get
don't.
35 hot dogs.
That's a Joey Chestnut over here. Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled Dirtbird Outpost update that we were trying to get through. But yeah, man, it's been crazy. So they launched officially on Friday last week, and man, we were way off on that sellout prediction, huh?
Oh, yeah.
I thought I saw pretty quick.
Underestimated the
4 hours, less than 4 hours.
I did.
I
I
don't
underestimated the
remember.
shit out of the community.
I don't remember what I said specifically, but
I remember I said 4 hours exactly, under 4
Yeah.
hours. Yeah, on the dot.
We were like, if it's a slow burn, it'd be nice. I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if it sells out like quick, but also, I mean, that's a lot of ADA. And that got ate up so quick, man.
Cat
Like,
told
ADA,
us, they're like, yo, people are going to spend like 20,000 on this. Like, watch, like they've already said. And we are just like, really? I don't know. People say a lot. And then
I thought I had a plan going into it. I was like, I'm going to get 10. That was my plan.
it was 5
and
to
then,
10 even, right? Like you're kind
it
of
was
like,
5 to
we'll
10.
see,
Yeah.
5 to
That
You
10.
made the
5
10 commitment Friday, bro.
I said 5. Like I was like, I'll do 5. And then I did 5 in the first transaction. I was like, I need more.
Well, right after the show, we asked, after we talked to him, I was like, are you still feeling 5 to 10? You're like, maybe like 5 to 15 now. We'll see.
Dude, it was pretty
The
crazy.
mint experience
though.
was sweet though. The music was great. It was fun. I actually liked their mint.
Oh, dude, I'm going back to over my screen over here because I think someone had a really good video that I retweeted. I think it was Smokey. I actually did one over on the mobile app. You can kind of see it right here. I forgot I posted one too. But this was just over on my Safari browser. It wasn't anything even crazy. I was able to actually just log in through Discord and take a look and actually like upgrade and do stuff to my thing, my Outpost before without even needing to sign a transaction. Now,
What
if I
wallet
was
do you use?
This I used Eternal, but I've also used Nami. I didn't do the transactions on the phone though. So if you are doing it on the phone, you would need to go ahead and be in a Flint wallet or a Vesper wallet to be able to
I
do
need
that.
to make a Vesper, bro.
Vesper is so sick. I've seen so many good videos of people doing the Vesper.
I made the demo one a long time ago, but I need to do a new one.
Oh, it's so easy though. I don't know if I retweet. Here's one of the screens they had. That was just at the beginning of it. So this was pretty much like the mint screen when you guys were going to do it. It had all this fun music and
yeah.
It was just a fun little quick experience. Nothing too crazy, but it was it's like super intuitive. I had a video too, and I think there's others been sharing it. I don't know. I'll have to go back and find another one for everybody. But it was really cool. I know. I
mean, that for itself though is like huge. Like not like you said, nothing too crazy. It doesn't need to be like the whole old money experience. Theirs was very fun and unique. But just seeing this kind of like level of professionalism, it's like we were talking with Block. You know, it just kind of makes it that much more legitimate for especially new people coming in to see like, hey, this isn't just like someone posting something in Discord like we used to, like an address. Like this is much more serious.
Oh yeah. Oh, I think I just like scrolled past like 9 of them.
I think I was trying to see when you were scrolling. I thought I saw one on there.
There was. I'm trying to find. I guess I could just go to Smokey because I already know it's him that posted it and it was amazing. But never mind. I'm terrible about the share screen these days. We'll get to it one day.
How much cold medicine you take tonight?
Quite a bit. Not really. I haven't taken any medicine at all. To be honest with you.
We'll load up for the show tonight for after this.
Oh yeah, because a little sneak. Hey, we're doing Plays After Dark after this, huh?
We already did it.
Yeah, if you're listening to this now, you've already done it. Let's go back and listen.
Look at that, TJ.
Actually, you can't go back and listen to that. They don't record it, do they?
No, you're right.
Someone must have will bootleg it and upload it somewhere, I'm sure.
Get a tour in it.
Did they record them or not? I don't even know, to be honest with you. That's a great question. If they don't, then
I think unless they changed it, I think that was the whole thing live. You got to be here for it. Live in the moment and the now.
We're gonna messed up AA run. Here's a little bit better. Another video over there. This was Malou. Shout out to Malou over there. Gaming. But yeah, after you were able to send your transaction, it told you to like claim your outpost. This is the part that I thought was kind of neat. Like, so I did the same thing here. I sent 5 transactions in. He gets like one of the best ones on his first pull over here, which was one of the lava loads, like one of the legendary lands.
The legendary area, yeah.
Yeah, and he just hits this on his first try. And I'm like, bro, how do you get that kind of luck right here? But it was cool little animation. It's got like the little clouds that come through when you switch over. Yeah, it was. Yeah, the music was like top tier though, like amazing like sound bites. But it was cool. Yeah, you were able to like cycle through. It told you where it was, what faction it was, and you could just go through all 5 of them, right? So that was a fun little experience. What really got really interesting was how quickly this stuff was ready to go. Like literally, it didn't launch that exact same day like they had planned, but literally the following day, you could log into the Gold Rush app over here on the website, connect your account, and your Outpost loaded right away over into your thing. And as you can see, there's some different things that have already been you literally were able to interact with this right after the mint, pretty much, which is a huge testament to them.
Impressive for sure.
Like, so what you could do is once you're inside of these things, it's not just, I love the power, I guess, of the SIP 68 stuff, because in real time right now, like you notice like all this stuff that's kind of damaged and broken looking so far. Well, you can see that I've got some upgrades that are already going through, and I've already spent some of my Derp token and leveled up. My mining facility is starting to repair itself. And literally instantly, as soon as I was able to sign the transaction to upgrade this over here on the level right here, as soon as I did that, the mining facility changed and visually on the map instantly just swapped right over.
That's so sick. It's just like Lives of Clash of Clans with that shit. I like that a lot.
And the coolest part about it, I think, is that the fact that in your metadata, that the what do you call it, the levels and stuff just literally instantly change.
Oh, on the actual, that's awesome. That's crazy.
Like I can load it back up and yeah, I'll pull it back over here. Yep, yeah, here. Sorry, I probably should have just prepared earlier for these screens, huh?
A little bit
would have been nice, right?
Time crunch tonight.
It's all good right here. But as you can see, everything is level 1 right here. But then if you look at the mining facility now, it is level 3 on here. So
that's cool.
Instantly, and inside of that, not only is the metadata updated, but even the image at that time, not only on the website, but also inside of your NFT now has changed instantly, which I thought was super, super cool of them. So it's gonna be really cool to see, because secondary market, you may be able to get some good little snags if people aren't paying attention and are selling some stuff that is repaired already, because you have to invest Derp token into all this to actually upgrade your mining structures. And there's 7 different structures on each one of these. They're all, you can only upgrade currently the mining facility, but these are all supposed to be in the next 2 weeks. Some other ones are going to come online, and the only way to do these things is upgrade them with Derp token. So I think I'm on upgrading to level 4 right now, which is now, it started with the first upgrade was 50 Derp for level 1. The second one, and it was a 1-day cooldown. The second one was a 48 hour cooldown, and that was 100 Derp. And now I'm going to the third upgrade over here, which I believe is 250 Derp, and that's 4 days. So, and then I think the last one becomes 8 days. So it takes a decent little amount of time to go ahead and actually upgrade these. And every time I do this, when I get to the max level over here, I'll have an extra 20% mining rewards on top of my actual multiplier, which is pretty cool. So the gamified aspect's really neat about it. The look on it looks really cool. And then like the actual social interaction part is really dope as well. As you can see this little fortification button right here, and you can see all the different assets that are fortified on your outpost. And if you have a fully fortified outpost, you get extra Derp rewards. Each epic, which is every 5 days. So I had my 2, and then shout out to Slumber Shark, who saw one of the videos I posted about this, and it was able to fortify. So these aren't even mine, and he's on top. You know, he's on my.
That's awesome. I was curious if you had all 4. Yeah, that's so cool.
Yep, he was able to do that. They're doing like a shilling channel over in the Discord too. So like I was able to get, actually shout out to Dave from Derp Founders over here. Actually, I don't know what I just did. I just broke it.
TJ's raising his hand.
Okay.
Also, it was impressive, Tommy, when you had that open, it looked like, you know, you can X off Slumber Shark. So if you did, like, you know, have someone join you didn't want on there, not saying for Slumber Shark, but, you know, you can remove someone from your team. Or if you like had someone that was just a random person, and then, you know, me and TJ went and bought Preds, and we're like, hey, we want to jump on with you. We got even better Preds anyway, because we're, you know, trying to be a little strategic here. And
you could literally kick them off.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you can't kick them off until the next epoch starts, right?
Yeah, so the new epoch started. So everybody that was getting on everybody's outpost this past like few days, so prior to epoch closing.
Lower the tab volume, because their music is overpowering your voice now.
Oh, you can hear the music?
Oh yeah, it's pretty epic.
The whole time.
Yeah, it's been it just feels like we're on the live stream right now.
Oh, well, let me go ahead and back that off, boys. We can shut that down. I didn't realize we were still sharing from
the OVERDRIVE.
Okay, there we go. How better?
GLIZZY OVERDRIVE.
My bad. Didn't know that. Hey, you guys got some. It was like a little like, I feel like I would be like in like,
I feel like it was
Universal or something, or
Disney.
Yeah,
it was like the theme park.
Yeah, so once that epic closed and everybody had all this stuff fortified, now it's locked in. Like I can't kick them off at all. Like it doesn't matter if I wanted to or not. They're in for this epic, but I could kick them out for next. And the nice thing is I don't have to do this every time. So once somebody's locked in, unless I either kick them out or they remove it from mine, they stay locked in for each one of these epics, which is nice.
What if you go to sell it? Just out of curiosity, how does that work?
Sell it, from what I understand, somebody sold one on secondary today, and I'll have to confirm this maybe, but somebody I heard sold one. They went in and logged in, and their outpost is already fortified. It was a lava load. I saw that. So I don't see why it would, but
it would already fortified all the derplings or derps.
All the derplings were on them, yeah.
Or it would still be connected, right?
Sweet.
You know what I mean? Like there'd be. I was thinking even if the person that owned it before had theirs connected. You know, yeah, that's interesting. That's crazy.
Yeah. That's kind of sweet. That
works really well. I mean, that makes sense. It's great. It's locked in for that epic, but yeah, that's the fact that it's all working well. Because I mean, I'd be afraid, like almost like we used to play Tarkov TJ, and people would sell their backpack with a whole bunch of stuff in it on accident. Like you know what I mean? Something glitches out, you sell the outpost, and somehow you get like all the derplings with it. And like you just own everything now. It's like, oh, something didn't work.
You would never get this.
You would never get this. But you could also technically. The interesting part about that, right, is like, say I wanted to go over on the secondary. I don't know why. Every time I could maybe it's because of a recording. Usually it doesn't do that.
You went to the Matrix a few times too.
Did I? Maybe it's just this website doing its thing. But yeah, if you go over to the Outpost tab, and then you can see your outpost, but all outposts. I'm trying to get this guy, put it over in the buy sell trade over here to get number 35 from this guy. And you can actually go into their outpost and see their name, so you can actually check their profile. So that's kind of interesting, right? You can see who owns what, and on top of that, if you wanted to see who is upgrading their stuff, or if you were on secondary and you saw them for sale, you could go in there and search for the number and then see if it's already being fortified. That can maybe help you make a decision too.
Did he write you back to sell it?
No, he never did. Unfortunately, he's got it fully fortified. I don't know, man. That's gonna be a tough one to get. What was interesting? This is grayed out now, but before they had pushed their first set of like bug fixes to it, you were able to actually upgrade somebody else's for them with Derp, which is kind of interesting.
That's pretty sweet.
That's nice of you. But yeah, it's a pretty cool experience so far. I know it's still getting started, and they're pushing out a ton of stuff for it. So
back at us where it's at now already, right off launch, and it worked right after. Like when everyone, I mean, like you said, there was some bugs like with the managing. You could pay for someone else's upgrades, but otherwise, like the fact that it's all still working and functioning is very impressive.
Who is their dev? Do you know?
Geek Derp over there. I don't know their exact name. And then they've also got another one, Kubis, Kubbys. I was over and opened up a ticket yesterday because for level 1 to 2 was fine, but when you did level 2 to 3, it does the visual upgrade on that one. And we were having issues, like the transactions were failing yesterday. So he was working on that Geek Derp, and then eventually they got it fixed last night. So people were able to do it.
I just love how they gamified like the mining to make it even fun. Like, I gotta go in for my daily or to manage my upgrade for today. I think that's great.
It's so easy. So I know they're going to even do like quality of life fixes, like how much time you have left until this is actually done. Like there's little things they're all working on. But I love the fact that instantly this changed like visually. And even in the metadata as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then amazing. On top of that, it adds like a gamified aspect. We'll be talking about like the game, like just games in general, where, hey, I got a leveled up account that's worth more than like a base account. That's probably going to help me sell this a little bit better. So yeah, I don't know, really cool stuff from them. And I know they got, I'm sure we're going to get hit with a ton of new things when that time does come, when they start to release more information, the mining stuff goes out. I know they're working on securing miners. I heard by maybe before the 24th, maybe is when I heard they were purchasing the miners, maybe a little bit after, I don't know. But either way, from what I understand, they're going to be able to get a good little hash rate on this stuff. Apparently, maybe, I don't know, even close to double of what Goofy Gophers was able to get, just because of like pricing and stuff like that. Which when you start to think about it like that, like, hey, Gophers are at a floor price of what they're at. These things are about half of that right now. I don't know. Will we see a similar run up? I don't know. But the fact that you're able to interact with them and actually do things has made it fun. And it's been able to, it's been cool too, because like the community can get involved. Like there's an incentive too for people who are just hey, I don't have one of these, but if I have a lot of derp assets, let me help somebody out to get theirs fortified. And when I help them out, there's an incentive for me, because normally I just get a 1x on my passive staking rewards that earn derp every epic. Well, now if I attach it to somebody else's outpost or my own outpost, I actually get 1.5 times the staking rewards. So there's a benefit for doing that, even if you don't have an outpost. So I like that little balance where it's not just catered to one or the other. Like they both need each other or benefit each other in some way, which has been really cool to see them balance that out.
No, they thought it out from the start. I mean, that was what's always impressive to talk about him, is how, you know, how he really developed that to come out and work with all the numbers. But it'll be interesting to see what happens there with the prices for sure, because especially seeing some of these where you got to spend the derp token. Just kind of, you know, people tracking along what they got derp token at, and then possibly, you know, what those floor prices of those fully upgraded ones become is going to be interesting to watch.
Yeah, for sure. Well, quick little shout out over here. I know we'll jump. We're doing a little quicker of a night tonight, but I wanted to showcase this over here. If you guys have not, I've been really, like we've been saying, diving a little bit more into like the DeFi aspect of things. And we know we talked about the DEXHunter launch and Hunt token, the actual sale itself, which got pushed back, launched while everybody was over at NFT LV this year. So I did miss out on the sale, although I caught it on a few different run-ups around here. But dude, like the features, I don't know if you've been paying attention to the actual, like the Twitter, but it seems like every day they're just dropping new like tools to use. And they're not just like some little tiny update, like, hey, we updated Discord today. It's like, no, we got like the first stop losses on Cardano are now here. Like that was like unheard of. Like all these other things are working to get this stuff like ready to go. And here they are like, yep, casually. All right, here's your stop order book right here. Oh, on top of that, you can actually just go click on one of these tokens. And when you do that, you can just add a stop loss right from the chart. You don't even got to worry about doing anything else. Just go right here. So if you were like, hey, stop loss.
Wow, that works.
You can actually go into the order book, which this is another thing they just launched. And I'm still learning about a lot of this stuff myself. But you can see like the price walls for when like people are going to hit either buy or sell, which is actually really insane. So like, hey, if you want to get up to 38 cents right now, there's a massive 367,000 orders, buy orders or sell orders at this point. So you're going to face some resistance right here. So being able to see this and have this visual data is like super helpful. It's got to be like, hey, like look, even if it drops a lot, there's a huge wall of buys at this point. Like that's going to prop it to like secure. It's not going to just instantly shoot down potentially. So this is gotta make people feel kind of confident when they're doing this. And like you said, if I wanted to set like a stop loss or place an order, I can actually click right there, and you just saw that highlight on the thing just by clicking on the chart of where I want it to be. And you can create this stop loss, meaning basically, hey, if this price drops below this point, it'll sell it.
Yeah, because currently so you don't have to manage it yourself.
Right. And so you're not sleeping and all of a sudden the thing just tanks to zero. You don't just ruin it. But the problem is on Cardano, you were not able to do that. It would instantly sell it. If you tried to set a stop loss, it would instantly just sell it at the current price. Yeah.
Damn.
So this is like, that's a big revolutionary thing. Little just they're very good. Like the UI on this app is so well done. Even like the little, like I got tap tools up here, which we love tap tools. But just being over here and hovering over the coin itself, I don't even need, I could be on a different tab over here, right? And I can just see right at the top the price of the coin where I'm at, and it's updated in real time.
That's a nice little feature. I like that a lot.
MinSwap, I think, actually adopted it because of them. Over here. And another thing that I've got, which is a super nice thing, is the node. So I ended up getting 10,000 Hunt right now. I think that gets me to like level 6. But you can see, I don't know if that's just a full thing. Hopefully, maybe not. I don't know. Tom, maybe blur that out. Maybe I'll make a reminder to blur that out.
All right.
Over there. I don't know if it's the full thing or not. Maybe not. But as you can see over there for the node speed level, is this the more Hunt you hold, the faster you get a custom API node. So like people who are sending transactions always are on like Eternal's node or Nami's node, like their base one, the general publics. Well, they have their own custom nodes, and each of these, the more you have, is they give you access to a faster node, meaning like if you were having to like do like the old address mint, like this would send out quicker than the general publics. So you would have a faster run in with them. So here I've got level 6, I think 100,000 or something's like the highest, and it goes 20 times faster than the general node, the very top one.
Damn.
Mine's at like, I think I'm at level 6 right now, but I was able to do this and just add this into my wallets, and I tested it. And yeah, I can kind of notice a little bit of a difference right now that I'm actually getting transactions out a little bit quicker just from interacting with this. So another little benefit to using.
How much was the 10,000 hunt?
10,000 hunt. I think I got in close to about 3,000 ADA for that right now. So yeah, so it just depends on what you want to do. But I mean, dude, it's so interesting. There's so many different things you can do over here. There's the trends page, which is super nice because you can kind of catch like buys and sells of people who are like, you know, maybe a coin's starting to take off. Like there's like this hyena coin that was taken off this week, and some people caught it on like the trending tokens thing. So there's like, you see a lot of different activity on this. Just in general, like if I was to go back to I bought some Derp this past week, just kind of wanted to have some ready to go. If you don't want to search through all these orders, you're like, damn, what did I buy my Derp at right here? I could click on my orders and it'll tell me, it'll filter right back to my buys on the token. And not only will it factor into my buys and how much it is, it'll show me how much percent I'm up or down since I bought that right here on this little tab. So I don't even have to do the math.
Quite a bit.
Yeah, it is cool.
So,
yeah, that's massive.
I've actually
I'm gonna have to track that myself.
Yeah, so it's actually really interesting. Like the quality of life, the UI is super nice. I made a little basket over here of just like some hunt, OPT, and milk. Like you can make a little default, like they call it baskets over here, where I was like, look, I just want to go ahead and buy it, and I could just, it's like a grocery shopping, or they give you like featured ones. You could click buy on one of these, and you can allocate how much of this you want to spend on each one, and then it'll automatically do that transaction in one and buy all three of them for you all at once. And so they've got some really cool features over here. And I think this is a dark horse against some of the big guys that are out there right now. And I see more and more people starting to use this. And it's because they kind of have their own, freedom to create as quick and what they want right now. And it's a lot of the features people have been asking for. So this is definitely something to keep an eye on right now.
Do they? I don't know if you said this or do they have NFT where you have to hold to use their website or just
no? You right now you don't have to hold the token to use any of this stuff. They want to get. They're trying to get as many people on board as they can right now. But eventually, some of these features will become behind the. You have to hold a certain threshold of hunt in order to actually utilize it. Which, like you saw with the node, right? Like I hold X number of that for the that 6X.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. So I just wanted to shout
I'm liking
that
this
out.
a lot, though. No, this is actually really interesting to see. I know you've been wanting to talk to us about this for a little bit, I think.
Yeah, so I would consider checking it out. It's become a new tab of mine, like a go-to. Like
I was going to say,
well, especially because I can't use tab tools because I don't have the pro account. So I want to check this out now.
If you could use tab tools still, it's still very good, like even for the free version of it. But when it comes down to like just deeper analytics on some of this stuff, like this order book is huge in my opinion. Like being able to see like the sell walls, kind of where people are putting their orders, their stop losses and stuff like that, or their buys at. It's super interesting to me to be able to kind of do some research and then actually be able to track. Like you can see like, hey, I got a wallet right here, a whale wallet that just bought 31,000 ADA of milk right here. You can see the pending transactions live as they go and what DEX they bought it from. They also have their own DEX aggregator as well. So, if I wanted to buy, 10,000, 100,000 ADAs worth of milk right now, the best place to do it is probably going to be on their site, even though I don't have that right now. But but it would not right now. But yeah, you can kind of see like just and they even reference like some tap tool stuff over here. You can actually just click on it and go over to Tappy, but I don't have my Tappy in here, so okay, I don't have a Tappy at all. But yeah, shout out to DEXHunter. I'm sure we're gonna get some new cool updates from them. It's just a really interesting at the pace. It feels like they are not slowing down at all. There's so much more stuff they're doing than what I just gave that quick little intro in. I just wanted to kind of give a quick little look at it because I'm sure it's something that we're gonna be able to continue to talk about
immediately.
And then yeah, they just passed with LenFi as well as being able to be added and borrowed as collateral asset over on LenFi already. So starting off hot, and I definitely think, if you're going the DeFi route, it's something you should definitely consider taking a look at, especially if you're in Cardano. Support the builders over there.
I'm on that right now, Tom. I'm checking it out right now. We're on stream still.
Let's get it, boy. Live research. Speaking of some live research, I think we got something to go ahead and do, boy. So I think it's time maybe we wrap it up on the back end.
I don't know what it has to do with research, but it is live.
Maybe it's some good vibes
after dark.
Freedom after dark. We're heading over there right now. Year 3, kicking it off. Nice little shorty for you guys. Looking forward to
nice little shorty 40 episode,
shorty episode 94.
40 minute.
Something. Yeah.
We'll end it in there. I'll find it in there.